Okay. So the sky starts to clear, everything starts to dissipate and calm back down to normal, but the prophet's kind of lying down, crouched on the floor, or like kind of like on his knees, like on looking at the ground. Um,
Cool. So yeah, I'd immediately shout to Hakon and Thonan and Mira as well. Actually, that the prophet's like bleeding,
okay.
and as I would do that, I would hop down off the roof.
Cool. So yeah, you guys could just do whatever. Like we could go off this because we're. Do you want me to keep it on this tab, or do you want to go back to the other one? It's not really making any huge difference.
This probably doesn't make any difference.
But yeah.
What's the crack?
The prophet is bleeding.
Yeah, the prophet's lying on the ground, bleeding. The what else have we got? There's the chef inside. There's probably like how many have I got written down? 10 villagers inside. The blacksmith is in a sack. He looks to be calming down. Hakon has like lost a bit of health, but you kind of feel yourself going back to normal.
Right. Thank you.
So from here, Mira's going to do a quick check around and look at every day. So there's a few people that could do with some heals, including other stuff.
I want to use the knife that the blacksmith made for me to pry open the top of the sack
Mm-hmm.
and have a peer inside.
Okay, so everyone who has taken damage can get healed for 12 health.
Yay.
I managed to not take damage. It's pretty good.
Is Nashua back at full health? Yeah, sure it is.
Yeah, the blacksmith's back at full. The Victor didn't take anything. Those villagers were fine because they were inside. You're back up full.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, okay, so that's everything sorted.
I shout in to remind everyone that the prophet's still bleeding outside. It's pretty bad. No? Sweet.
I suggest that Mira should probably go out and have a look at
Okay,
him.
so Mira comes out to look up and see what's going on. I don't know why we're moving stuff. I don't need to move them. I'm going to... Hang on,
Yeah.
I'm going off this tab because it's just making me move stuff about the place.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, Mira comes out and kind of kneels down and looks at him. And the prophet looks kind of messed up and slightly weakened. His eyes have got that kind of like slight blue glow, but it's like not as strong as you saw before. He looks like his veins look as if they're kind of like filled with this kind of not filled with the blue stuff, but like it kind of like it's the same kind of effect they had that you saw on the Solos thing, but it looks as if it's more kind of like forced on him rather than him kind of like.
Is he Matty Ace?
No, he's not Matty Ace.
Ay, Dios míos.
But yeah, he's thinking his eyes are open, but he's not really kind of like he's just kind of staring, but he's alive at least.
I prod him.
You prod him.
Yep.
Okay. He kind of like grunts slightly.
Okay.
Okay, so
How's Nashoba reacting to him?
she's all right. He's not really.
Yeah, we found that in the swamp, by the way. Thought you might want to know about it. Where is the thing, by the way?
What thing? It's shattered.
The vessel. Oh, the vessel shattered. Okay.
So yeah. So Mira's gonna try and heal him and try and help him because he looks fucked.
I literally don't think there's a single spell I can...
So that's okay. So he kind of like starts to get his color back and starts to kind of like look a bit better. And Mira's kind of helping him out. What are you guys doing? Just waiting for him to like regain
Well,
any
yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
consciousness.
like, there's no other immediate danger. I assume all the villagers that became zombies and then were killed are dead.
They're dead.
Yeah, good.
Anyone that was actually killed is dead.
Okay, so what does the center of the town look like now?
It's
Like-
filled with a lot of corpses. There's a lot of the.
Where the like the big crystal was and the rib cage was reforming itself. What's kind of there now?
Nothing. It was like it was floating up in the sky, and it's now just like when it all shattered. Like basically, the crystal shattered, and anything that was kind of forming around it has just faded away.
Right. Okay. I think. So you said the prophet was glowing slightly. That's what you said, wasn't it?
Kind of. He's like faintly, like, not really glowing, but he was like he had this kind of like residual energy thing on him.
Right. I'll sail over to Thonan and ask him if he's ever read anything about this sort of thing and point towards the prophet.
No. Nothing that could help us anyway. Usually this stuff, most of the bad stuff seems to be gone. I mean, he's just a bit glowy.
He's just a bit glowy.
But yeah, as you kind of look down at him,
I trust Thonan's word and I relax slightly.
are you? So who's actually like standing like with him? Because Mira's with him, and is anybody else there?
I'm nearby, like I was prodding him earlier.
Right. Okay. I'll just roll it from. If you roll it as well, I'll roll it from me. I'm going to roll a heal check. Which she does fucking terribly with. Yeah, she thinks he's coming round and he's doing
I
alright.
got 17 Graham.
Right, okay. You kind of notice that you notice that a lot of his so basically when he's kind of like lying on the ground, kind of like Mira's been like helping at him, you can kind of see like up his sleeve or like in his robes a little bit. Like you just kind of happen to notice it, and it looks like it kind of looks like it kind of looks as if the kind of flesh is like rotting away inside inside his robes. So like although his like hands and stuff look okay and his face looks all normal, like anything like inside the robes looks as if it's like slightly rotted, and you just kind of quickly catch a glimpse of it.
I kind of hold his arm and cut open his sleeve with my knife.
Okay. So basically all his entire arm looks as if it's like rotting and kind of like dying flesh.
I just turn to Mira and say, Mira, is there anything we can do about this?
This
is way beyond anything I know anything about.
Yeah, she looks very confused because she thinks basically she knows that he's kind of coming round. She's managed to like stabilize him and keep him alive and keep him okay, but he still looks like messed up. Like it just doesn't really make as much sense.
Yeah. Okay. Thonan?
I lean in at this point and kind of suggest this.
I ain't a
You guys
fucking
might think
soldier.
this is pretty odd. Another thing odd about this man was that weird slimy room. That might be worth a wee look. Maybe we can combine two reasons why this.
Our powers combined.
Yeah. Essentially,
Oh, yeah,
like
I forgot about that shit.
we might find something in that weird room that either explains or aids this.
Okay, so yeah, the prophet is basically
Are you trying to suggest that he's a gelatinous cube?
No,
Maybe.
he's unconscious just now.
Right.
Is he gelatinous though?
No, he's not. He's
Are
recovering.
you sure he's not a gelatinous cube?
He's not a gelatinous cube.
I'm gonna roll
But he
perception
might be, Graham.
Roll perception and see if he's a gelatinous cube.
just to see if he's a tall gelatinous.
Right, he's not a gelatinous cube. He's not in any way gelatinous.
Okay, that's cool.
Are you sure? My crit.
That's a 20.
Porno, you are 100% sure he is not gelatinous.
Okay, cool.
I'm still not certain.
Jesus.
He might be hiding it really well.
Okay. So yeah, what you want to do with him just now? You're just going to leave him lying in the middle of the.
No,
Guys, you take with us.
I'll stay with him so that I can like just make sure nothing fucking bad happens.
Well, would it not be safer to take him back to his home anyway? I'm sure between the four of us, we can move him safely.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Would
you
that
could
not
do.
be? We could probably put him like on your sack and use it as like a improv stretcher.
On your sack. The sack got ripped open.
Alright, so exactly.
I tore the top of the sack open to see what.
Yeah, so we can like unfold it into a longer sack.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
so you could make like one of those like fireman
And we
parachute
can leash
things.
it in
That's
the
what I mean.
show-
An improv stretcher. You
And
just
we
fucking
can leash
fuck
it to Nashoba.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you could just carry it.
No,
Okay.
if we're doing this. We're doing it right.
She has the strength of all of us.
Either way, you managed to take the Prophet in his makeshift stretcher, dragged by Nashoba through the now empty town, past various dead bodies, towards the Prophet's house.
Do I see anybody that I recognise?
No, the only two people you actually like sat and spoke to in the town were the people that you managed to save.
Good, because I didn't give a shit about any of the others.
That's the right way to go about it. That's good. You guys are good good protectors, doing your job, helping out.
Hey, I'm only meant to protect one person.
And I think you'll find that she is still alive.
Yeah, but she
I'm
wants to
doing
help.
nothing.
She wants to help the people. So I don't know, like.
Yeah, I don't care what she wants.
Alright, okay, fine. But anyway, yeah, you make it back to his house.
Her job's to die for the greater good anyway.
Not now. You make it
Anyway,
back.
yeah, we get there.
You make it back to his house, and you go inside, and it's the same kind of like thing that you'd seen before. So there's just a kind of like empty front room with a small table in it that's got chairs for people to sit and speak to the Prophet if they're visiting him. You kind of lie him down on the table. Mira kind of sits with him, make sure he's okay, and kind of keeps an eye on him. And the rest of you guys can go and do whatever you want.
Yeah, I kind of indicate off to the door that has the fucking weird room
I'll
back.
stay with the Prophet, and I suggest that maybe Thonan goes and investigates the weird stuff.
Yeah, let's go. Check out some weird shit.
Cool. So you guys go over the door. It's locked.
And I just kind of push everyone aside. He's like, I got this. And walk up.
I really hope that you fail miserably.
Do I have to roll again, considering I've unlocked it already?
Yeah, probably.
Alright.
Enjoy the use of the word probably.
21.
Soulsby's on his knees, like trying to
Yep.
unlock.
I really
unpick
just
the
wanted
lock.
to see if Salisbury would roll a 1. That was the sole reason.
If I got anything more than a 1, it was probably going to be good.
It was alright. Like literally
Considering-
the DC to reopen the door you've already unlocked was 5. You could have fucked that by rolling the 1.
Well, I've still got a plus 11.
Yeah, I know, you would have been fine.
Does-
I just wanted
don't
to
think that counts.
right. Anyway, so
91s don't count on
yeah, you
skill.
managed to open the door, and you kind of like peer inside, and it's just this kind of it's like stone walls that go down, and they kind of like go down to the right, and it's just like wooden stairs that go downward from there.
It's not all like wet and green and minging like
No.
last time. I just kind of turned around to Thor and I was like, this room has changed since last I was here.
I totally forgot about your botched excursion into this guy's
Botched
house.
excursion.
I think we can all quite happily say that excursion was botched.
Yeah. I got fucking knocked out. Yeah, so I would just, seeing it's changed, I would wander down.
Okay, you guys going with him?
I'm staying with the priest.
Right.
So what's in the door if we knock the door? If the door's open.
There's a stairway.
Right, let's go down.
Okay, so you guys head down, and it's a kind of like fairly dark. There's a couple of candles dotted about, but there's not really that much light down here. It's fairly kind of like dingy. It looks kind of unused. In the center area of the thing, you can see kind of a few kind of like markings and stuff on the floor. You can see some books and stuff that are sat to the side of it, and there is some kind of like there's like a kind of
Books.
hmm?
I'm gonna get the books.
Okay. There's a faint smell of like almost like burnt flesh, or like this kind of like just kind of like.
That's always good.
If you can roll perception on both of you.
Beep, 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 beep. Nope. I used all my perceiving to tell if he was a gelatinous cube or not.
I didn't.
Okay, so you, Jonas, you've never really seen anything like this before, but you kind of have a kind of look around. You're kind of looking through stuff. There is, there's like various boxes like behind stuff, and inside the boxes is kind of like those kind of the robes that the prophet and the followers have, just kind of like robes sitting about. There is a table with some some notes and stuff on it, so like papers and stuff on it.
I would just kind of like hand them to Thonan because he seems to know
Okay.
more about that kind of shit.
So
than
yeah,
me.
Thonan, you've got these books. A lot of them, a couple of them look to be either kind of very mostly empty journal, but like it's got a couple of pages that have got stuff written in it, so it looks as if it's been like used a little bit.
Okay.
The other ones are, one of them is a spell book that you recognise. A lot of the spells are fairly kind of common lower level magic stuff. And the other book is a something that you're not really too familiar with. If you roll Knowledge Arcana, just to kind of double check. Okay, you've definitely read stuff before that are along the same kind of lines. Looking through it, it's a lot easier to read kind of like magical text, like it's stuff that you can actually read, and it seems to be not like poorly written higher level spells. So spells that are like either someone who's kind of like tried to make it up and look like an actual spell book, or someone who doesn't really know what they're doing has tried to write down kind of like instructions for higher level spells.
Interesting. What higher level spells?
You don't recognize them. So like it's all written kind of like magic writing, or like is it just called magic writing or like arcane text? And it's all kind of written in like the language of magic and of like various like ways to try and do spells, but it doesn't make sense. Like reading through it, like you can recognize it as these spells wouldn't work.
Right, okay. What else is kicking about in the room?
There's the boxes with the robes and stuff in it. There's markings on the floor. It is basically like a kind of like a large circle that has it looks like kind of groove things have been cut, like dug into the floor that are kind of about maybe like an inch deep. So they've been like, kind of like chiseled into the floor into this kind of marking, and it's almost looks like a kind of transmutation circle like thing.
Right.
100%
100% go and stand in the middle of that.
You are.
No, I'm saying you should.
Who should?
Just out loud.
Oh right. Okay.
I'll just be like, gnomes first.
So is the transmutation circle anything I recognize? Or like the marking on the floor?
Could you roll the same roll you make for your book?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. How have you got a +8 in that? Jesus Christ.
Cause I took it as a skill. I've got, linguistics infernal, 8.
Damn.
Knowledge Arcana is +11.
Right. So yeah, basically.
Crafting books is +10, but I've yet to use that.
From like your recent readings through that book, and you're reading about like rituals and various things that you can do in it, you recognise the markings as a specific layout for a spell you've seen before.
Interesting.
How's that?
All right, Captain Soulsby. It's basically a ritual that's used to like channel negative life energy.
Right.
And the purpose of it would be to try and either redirect, contain, or adjust like negative energy. So anything that's like diseases, plagues, any kind of like negative ailments, any kind of like damage that's been sustained, you can channel it and redirect it either somewhere else or into someone else.
Okay. So, it'd be a fair guess that that's how this dude's been preventing all the disease and bad stuff. I don't know where the fuck he's been putting it, though. Yeah, I want to go find out.
Where he's been putting it.
Yeah,
Okay, well, you'd have to ask him.
yeah, that's what I mean. I'm gonna... Unless there's anything specifically... like anything else in the room that we haven't checked out yet. I thought there's the books, the circle. Is there anything else kicking about in the room?
Not really. Most of it you've checked through.
Okay.
There's that journal thing, but it's got a kind of like encryption thing on it, so you wouldn't be able to read it right away?
I'm just gonna keep it.
Okay.
Wow, Facebook is fucking creeping hard.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are down there for a decent amount of time looking through stuff. During this time, Hakon, the prophet kind of like wakes up for a brief period of time. Like
Okay.
he kind of wakes up, looks fairly confused and a little bit panicked for a bit, and then kind of gets himself together. Kind of, you can see his eyes. Like when he first opens his eyes, he kind of like looks as if he's kind of like not really looking at you or at the room, but like kind of seeing something else, and then kind of like like blinks a few times and readjusts his vision and kind of sees you guys looking at him and kind of settles down a bit.
Okay.
And he manages to just kind of say like, we manages to kind of just get out saying like, I managed to control it, and then passes out again.
That's very helpful.
But yeah, like you guys can just kind of wait there, and he will eventually wake back up. But it's just he's very fucked at the moment.
Right.
So yeah,
I'd probably suggest that seeing as he is so fucked, it might be worth us taking him somewhere that Mira can keep a constant eye on him. Because none of us know how to do any sort of.
well, she's
any
done.
sort of
She's
independent-
done all that she can. Like he's just like recovering. Like she can't.
Okay.
She's not. She doesn't. There's nothing else she can really do to speed it up.
Okay.
Like he's just resting. So it's just
Okay.
going to take time. It probably wouldn't take that long. She kind of like estimates it's going to take another like couple of hours before he will like be at the point where he can sit and hold a conversation.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to just wait there just now, then you can do
Yeah,
that.
just wait a couple of
Yeah.
hours isn't much. Maybe, like, get cracking on that encrypted book. Or how bad is the encryption?
It would probably take more than a couple of hours.
That's fine. That's essential.
Graham,
Mhm.
did you see that it was written in magic text?
The other books were.
Right, and then there's there's an encrypted one.
Yeah, it's like a journal.
Cool.
Thonan has all of them. There's like 3 books.
So it's just basically like, because I've got a spell that I can cast.
Mhm.
It's read magic.
That's the same one that Thonan's got.
Ah, right. Okay.
So that's what allows him to actually like read the spell books and know like, what's in them.
Right, okay. Cool. Just wanted to check.
But yeah, so a couple hours passed. You guys kind of just chill in the house and sit. I don't know if you want to like do anything else.
No?
Okay. And yeah, the prophet finally comes to. He's now been kind of put into the bed that he has in that house, which is in one of the rooms.
I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna tear up the shitty magic journals,
Mhm.
the ones that are like magic done dumb,
Right.
and I'm gonna feed them I'm gonna feed the pages to Mark.
Is that really the best?
I'm gonna try and make him a magical pig.
Fuck. Okay.
So I'm gonna feed him some spells.
Right. So you're.
I mean, I know they wouldn't work, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, there's some magic in them, I guess. Right, so you're sitting feeding magic books to a pig, and yeah, the prophet comes to, and Mira's kind of sitting next to him, and you guys can all come up and speak to him if you want. So any questions, ask away.
Where have you been putting all the negative energy? You're using the circle to defer. Like that seems to be how you're saving all the disease and things. So where are you putting it?
Yeah, he looks kind of slightly surprised that like you're asking such a kind of like direct question, but he's like he says, well, I'm sure you've already, and he kind of looks at me and he's like, I'm sure you've already worked out the answer to that. And then he kind of like looks down at his arms and stuff and says like, it's all going into me for now.
Cool. Are you able to resurrect everyone who died here? At any point. Doesn't have to be now.
Unfortunately not, no. And he's like, I feel the reason this happened at all is because of my previous attempts at doing such things.
Right, so would it be fair to say that we still need to find the source of all this disease and shit in the swamp and fix that before we can start fixing any of this?
Yes, that would be the most likely thing. Yeah. And he basically says that he kind of basically his theory of what happened is that you guys brought back that kind of device thing, and you kind of explained to him like what it was and what you fought and all that kind of thing. If you want to, I don't know if you want to, but it would help.
Well, I would assume that now that we've noticed that he's been literally sacrificing his own body to try and save these people, I'd be cool with telling him.
Okay, so basically, he kind of his best theory is that previously, for some of the people in the town, he has cured diseases and cured stuff of them, but the people that he's done it to have technically died. So
Right.
when that soul vessel get brought back, it is only supposed to work on people that are already dead. Like that's the whole purpose of it, is that it draw, because a living person's soul is too tethered to their body to be taken out, whereas a dead person's soul is a lot easier. And
Right. So what he's saying to me is that the blacksmith's dead.
no, the blacksmith's alive, because his soul wasn't actually like taken. He was basically just like
Right.
drawn into it. But a lot of the things, so basically the way it was working was, the people that originally got, the people in the town who had died previously, when you brought that thing in, when you brought it back into the town, their souls got taken into it. Anyone who came into its area of influence had their souls like basically wrenched from them, so like forcefully taken rather than them actually being like taken in normally.
Yep.
So it's kind of the same kind of thing that it tried to do to you when you were fighting the soul host, where it like tried to pull your soul out of you. Like basically that kind of same
Trying
kind
to
of thing.
rip our souls out of us, yeah.
Yeah, same kind of idea. But yeah, because these people were like technically dead because the prophet had resurrected them.
Yep.
So yeah, he thinks that's why it went a bit haywire, because it was trying to consume souls that were actually dead, but they were technically alive, so it just went a bit mad.
Okay. My camera's frozen, I don't know why. I'm trying to fix it.
It's fine. But yeah, he thinks that whatever was causing the corruption in the first place, and whatever put the soul host to guard it, is still inside the swamp.
Yeah, we should probably deal with that, otherwise this is never gonna get fixed. And then we can work about doing some sort of like, we can somehow reclaim the souls of everyone who's died here, or at least mitigate some of it, I don't know.
Agreed.
Anyway, we went to the swamp. What's the crack? Would you giving us any more helper advice or any fun shit?
So yeah, you kind of like, if you explain to him like what you kind of met and what you fought there, when you mentioned the first things that you fought, like the little smaller ones, he says that that's the kind of things that he encountered when he first went there, but he didn't manage to get any further because he literally went in, got tracked and attacked by those things, and kind of barely managed to get out because he's not really as good at the old fighting. So yeah, he kind of says like he's like his main thought is like what caused those things in the first place. Like the kind of the undead creatures that you fought initially makes sense. Like something like an area that corrupted would make sense that those things are there. The soul host is the one that he's most concerned about because that's not a natural thing. Like it's not not even like a natural thing. It's not something that would be there without somebody having put it there.
Well, it's deed.
Smell.
Well, yeah, it's dead, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he's basically saying that whatever's in that crypt is something that somebody wanted to protect.
Right, we should definitely fucking go there then.
Sounds good. Do you want to rest up and then go out to the crypt then?
Yeah, sounds fair enough. We ain't in no rush.
Well, I think we might have to leave that until next time because I don't know if I've got everything planned out for that.
Makes sense.
But
It's alright, but that's where we're headed.
if there's anything else you guys want to sort in the town or anything else you want to ask, you can sort
I don't
that
think
out.
so. Most people are dead, so...
Yeah, I think it would be just a case of like making sure that everyone's shored up, probably in the inn for now. I mean, there's so few people in the town now that
Well, out of a town of like 60 people or so, or like maybe slightly more than that, there's 12 left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So, I think keeping them all together in one place probably a very good idea.
Okay.
And then trying to help them get settled, and then head on out.
Yeah, he also kind of like explains what his little like parlor trick things have been doing. And basically what he's been doing is that he can take some of the energy and stuff, take some of the energy that he's like taken. So basically he can heal people by taking the negative energy from them, transferring it into himself. And then he can redirect that using some of his own life force to create stuff to give them back.
Okay. So basically, all the stuff that he's making out with this dark energy that he was stealing from them.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds awful necromantic to me.
Probably. Alright.
Yeah.
So I'm more trying to think if there's anything else that he would want to discuss or say to you guys.
I'm entirely cool to. I would be advising us to head out as soon as possible, because if we just leave this the way it is, then who knows what will happen if we just kind of let it fester.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can ready up, rest up, get sorted, and
Perfect.
next time you guys can head back into the swamp and see what happens.
Yay!
Cool.